I just helped this player, and this player completely transform their offense in CFB 26 by simply implementing one of the top 3 offensive playbooks I'm sharing with you in this video. If you've been struggling against the mid-blitz meta, or you simply want to score 50 points every game in college football 26, this is going to be the perfect video for you. So don't skip out on any of the playbooks, and let's jump right into it. All right, the first playbook I want to show you is the new meta offense from the Baylor playbook. It has some crazy bombs and really great dots. Let me show you why. All right, the first play I want to show you here is from Gun Bunch Wide. We're going to be coming to clear out FLN. All right, you always want to make sure that you have your bunch with this specific setup on the short side. That's how I like it right here. All right, and what you're going to do is you're going to motion Hankins, the outside wide receiver, inside, and you're going to put him on a shriek. Make sure you only put him on the shriek after you motion him inside so that he doesn't run a fade route and he actually runs a shriek. But this is great. It's going to be great against cover 3 and cover 2 defenses. So we're going to put them in cover 2 to show you first. And what you're going to notice is that this mid-read defender is going to be glitched out, all right? And so really, we're just going to, you could leave the setup like this, but what you're going to notice, look at that mid-read, how he just completely leaves the middle of the field, and that gives you an easy opening. So I always say some people, they take that mid-read defender off the field, and they actually go about using that guy, but other people, they don't. And so again, if they just run stop cover 2, you're going to have this, pass wide open right here where this really should be defended, simply because this mid-read defender is going to chase this shriek route all the way, across the field for really no apparent reason. But it's also like, okay, if I put them back into Tampa 2 right here, if you happen to get shedded, right, then you're still going to have that backside dig, right? So obviously I step up right here in the pocket. I have plenty of time to throw, but that backside dig to Cameroon right there, it's going to be very, very dangerous for you. Tough for them to be able to use her as well. And if we put them in a cover 3 defense right here, where again, we're going to be able to hold that middle third defender in the middle of the field with this simple route concept. So we're going to take the snap right here. We're going to cancel our drop back, step up in the pocket, and you're going to see how that window's, it's open. I've hit that numerous times. That time the quarterback just happens to overthrow the pass. It's not the most wide open pass, by any stretch of imagination here, but if we set it up again right here, what we're going to notice is the same thing, where this time you can actually also hit your seam pass, right? So if their hook zones don't drop far enough back, just look at this right here, where that window, that time, is wide open. And again, if their hook zones don't drop super far back, well, if they do drop really far back, then you just hit your backside dig. Right, but you see right here how these hook zones are dropping far back to take away this window, and he nearly takes away this window, but this is just an easy pass lead inside into that pocket. So again, this is a great play, kind of like an everything beater against zone coverage, because if they run cover 2 or cover 3, you're looking for your A receiver or your B receiver, and if they run, again, anything else, man coverage, cover 4, cover 6, then just look to your backside dig. But this is one of the best one-play touchdowns and chunk plays here from the Baylor playbook. But let me show you another great play as well. All right, so we're going to come into the gun U off trips weak formation here. RPO alert quarterback counter flat, all right? And so really what makes this so dangerous is you have a tight end flat route baked into this play, and then you also have your X receiver running a bubble, but you can hot route him to a flat route, all right? And so you also have that blocker on the outside. So now you're basically creating a double flat. Right, and so right here, they're going to run man coverage, which is a little bit better, but you're able to see how we're going to be able to make that play speed boost away from that guy, simply because we're getting out to the flat way sooner, and we're not losing momentum. So right here, I just see that flat's wide open on that side, and that's the reason why you want to make sure that you have those receivers on the wide side of the play here, simply because that gives them more room to run. Also, you could put this man on a drag route, like, if you were playing against zone coverage, or I guess man, sometimes sometimes the flat is really your best option. But don't forget about this pass out here to your tight end, right? Because that's a big boy. He can juke, truck. Some tight ends can even speed boost in this game. But if they give you this seam right here, you just hit it. That's also why it's so nice to be able to put your guys on any route that you want, because when they give you the look, then you just take it. Like right here, I don't know, they might be in, this looks like cover 2. So maybe, oh, well, no, it's open, that seam area. And so when you get that seam area, you hit it, you speed boost away from these guys, and you're able to turn it into a huge game. So being able to hot route RPOs, again, you can't hot route every RPO in this game, but this is one that you can, which makes it super, super valuable, simply because you're able to get this ball out to the flat way sooner. And like, again, if they don't have flats out here, then you just turn this into an easy game. So this is one of the most toxic toxic, one of the best RPOs here in the game, simply because you're able to double flat them very easily, look right up the seam. You can put your X receiver on a slant if you want to. So you have so many options here with this play, which makes the Baylor playbook, brings everything together and makes it super, super dangerous. All right, next I want to show you, in what my opinion, the best passing playbook here in college football 26. Let me show you the best plays from the Oregon State playbook. All right, so we're going to start here from the gun bunch strong nasty formation. We're going to come into a wide trail. All right, really with this play, you always want to make sure that you have your bunch on the short side here. You're going to put RB on a shriek and you're going to block your halfback. All right, so now what you're going to see, this is a great everything beater as I talk about plays that can beat every single defense in the game. But we're just going to take this snap right here and we're just making the read. You see how your tight end's going to be open right there. Again, tight man coverage. Man coverage, honestly, one of the most annoying defenses to play against, obviously, just because it's so random. You can call it a great play to beat man, and sometimes it just doesn't matter. Right here, that's what I'm talking about, where with a play like this, the goal is to never take a sack. You never want to, eat a sack, and you never need any of that stuff to happen, simply because you have players, you're going to have players open on every single rep. You step up in the pocket right here, and I throw an absolute book. I think I had my tight end open. But, that's the thing. You have someone open every play. You're just going to step up in the pocket and try to make the read. Also, freeform pass, if it's a tight window like that one right here, I don't really need to freeform. That's kind of a wide open opening right there, so I just throw it. But it's like on that pick that I threw, I didn't freeform that, and that's why that ball was behind that receiver. And so that's a great lesson right here. I'm just gonna look right up the seam. There's no one in that seam area, and so we're just gonna be able to hit the throw. This play is super easy. I have them in random defense. I don't even know what they're calling here, but you have a great, you're going from high to low, from low to high. So you're going from B to A to X. Those are the read progressions right here. I see that X is going to be open right there on that post route. Against man coverage, it's really the same progression, but just understand that if you have an elite receiver like number 7 right here, you're going to be able to, a lot of the time, just beat that man coverage very easily right here. Tight ends wide open. They give us that pocket. So you see how, we've only had one negative play, and every single other rep has been super, super positive for us. Just because, again, this is a play that is designed to be able to beat every defense in this game, and he's able to reel that pass in. So really, that's wide trail from bunch strong nasty. Again, RB and a shriek. You're setting up the route concept like this, going from B to A to X. But I'm not done with the Oregon State playbook. Because if we come into gun Y off trail close, we're going to come into motion PA cross swish. We're going to use base protection, obviously. But here's the setup. You're going to put your you're going to put your running back on a shriek route, and you're going to put your B receiver on a drag. Now, you're going to need a lot of time to be able to hit the bomb. The bomb is the RB over the top against cover 3 defenses, all right? That's really the guy that you're looking for. So we're going to go ahead and put them in a cover 3 right here. I'm going to split off the pass rush for the sake of showing you the bomb and how it works. But if you do happen to get shedded, right, then you're just going to hit your underneath drag to your B receiver or step up in the pocket with your quarterback. But we're going to take the snap right here, and you're just going to notice how this fade route over the top is just going to be able to get behind that inside third defender. Very rare that you're able to see inside thirds to just simply get ran by in this game, but this play is able to do exactly that, simply because, just look at this. The outside third and inside third are communicating. Inside third thinks that this guy has the route, but then he bends it off, gets behind him. He never follows. He gets behind this guy, and then we lob it. You want to make sure that you're always behind the 50-yard line, or, behind the 50, always at least, with this play, because you're going to need plenty of time to be able to lob that ball in the air. Now, again, the great thing also about this setup is that even if they don't run cover 3, so let's just say they're going to run cover 2 right here, we're going to step up in the pocket and we're going to hit our crosser right there. Again, given that I don't know how we get shedded from a 3-man rush, but we're going to step up in the pocket, and you're going to have someone open on every play with it. But obviously, when you read cover 3, that's going to be your tell that, okay, I'm going to have the bomb open. And the best way to really read the cover 3 is to look at the safeties and look at which one of them are going to be in an inside third. If he's migrating, shuffling a little bit to the middle of the field, that's a dead giveaway. Like right here, you see how he's kind of shuffling his feet to the middle, so I step all the way up, and then I just lob the ball over his head for an easy touchdown. So honestly, when you snap the ball with this play, you're really just looking at that safety I mean, it doesn't matter. Sometimes the safety's rotating from the other side, so it's going to be one of these two guys. I saw right off the snap that it's just going to be this guy in the inside third. He's rotating to the middle of the field, so then I just step him in the pocket, make sure I have enough time to throw, and then as soon as I'm about to get sacked or shedded, I just let the ball go over the top for an easy touchdown. So you also see how you have your crosser open, you have your running back streak out of the backfield. So this is one of the best one-play touchdowns in the game, but it's also great against every single defense, especially zone defenses, because you really have all 4 of your receivers have a chance to get open. All right, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the Oregon State playbook, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down offensive money plays, tips, and tricks just like this every single day on CFB 26, and you're absolutely not going to miss out on any of them. But if you want my full Oregon State offensive book with all the best money plays, write-ups, screenshots of everything you need to dominate an offense in CFB 26, go to the link down below in the pinned comment and grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. It's really a no-brainer. It's going to help you transform your offense here in CFB 26. But let's jump right back into the video. And that last playbook that I want to show you is a super underrated playbook that has some of the best quick snap and run plays that you can speed boost out of here in the game. Let me introduce you to the Bowling Green playbook. All right, and so that first play I want to show you here is from Gun Bunch Offset. It's going to be verticals, halfback under. All right, this is one of the best, if not the best, quick snap play in the game every single year, simply because you have 2 options. So you can leave your tight end on his wheel route, and then you can just look right up the seam to your tight end. Or what I normally do is just put put him on a drag. And then it's just really going to be really hard for, especially the computer, but even their user defender, to be able to defend a mesh high-low concept, because you have a mesh between your tight end and your running back, and then you have a crosser, which is going to be the high part of the high-low concept. So you really have a mesh high-low right here. You can step up in the pocket, and you can hit that pass if I decided to freeform that pass away from the defender. And so, I mean, you really, again, this is like another everything beater that I talk about, because it's going to be able to beat every defense. You're really never going to take a sack with this play. It's going to be very hard for them, like I said, to be able to defend all 3 of these routes right here. And then also, especially if you're on the other hash mark. So, like, I've scored game-winning touchdowns here with this play to the X receiver, because if they don't have anyone out there, then you're going to just be able to throw that quick route out to the sideline, like I said, especially against cover 2 and cover 3 defenses right off the rip. So right here, they're just going to run man coverage, and so I'm just going to drift back a little bit in the pocket, and then I'm going to be able to hit my running back out of the backfield. So it's really like a play that's just super easy to abuse and really easy to attack them with. You can see I'm using Bowling Green here, so they kind of suck. And they're not really creating any separation. But like if you play against a cover 3, right, what you're going to see is that if you just take this snap, cancel your drop back, step up in the pocket, you're going to have, I mean, just look at that pocket present by BLT to be able to step up in the pocket, hit that crosser over the top. So it's really just about going through your read progression. I would say your first 2 reads are going to be those checkdowns to Y into A, but look at this. This man gets shedded, but this is why I teach you guys pocket presence, to be able to step up and, you know, to be able to deliver that ball down the field to that cross routes getting open. So really, like I said, 1, 2, 3 read progression. You're looking for your mesh concept underneath first, and then you're going to continue stepping on the pocket and looking for your crosser over the top. But next, we're going to come into duo from Bunch Strong Offset right here. Now, if you have players that can actually do the speed boost mechanic, this run's going to be so much better. Right here, oh well, actually no, he can actually do it. I looked at his ratings. I didn't think he was going to be able to speed boost, but you just see how not only is this a great run, because as the name entails, duo means that they're going to come up and double team block these guys. And so really, when you just take the snap, you see how you're going to get a double team, and then using the speed boost mechanic right out of the handoff is going to allow you to just get to the second level of the defense way faster. You see how that time I really needed to use the move because number 23 came in free that time. And so again, speed boosting, left trigger, right trigger, aim the left stick where you want to run. And so this run just allows you to stay patient, hit the hole, and then boom, like right there, I'm able to speed boost out of that and turn that into a much bigger game than I would have been able to if I was just running regular. So boom, speed boost, get the block, speed boost out of there. And you see how you're able to dumb out the pursuit angle of the outside corners, for example, like on that play, number 17 was coming up to make a play on me, but then I just speed boost away from all of these guys and then hit the hole. But then look at this. boom, put my foot in the ground, dumbs out his pursuit angle at the last second, and now I'm able to pick up more yards. So really, this is one of the best runs in the game because it's already good blocking, but then you're able to speed boost out of it. So going through it one last time here, you're going to see how if they're going to overload one side of the offensive line, I'm going to speed boost the other way. And you see it exactly right there where I speed boost to hit that hole, which is on the right side instead of going to the left. And again, I would do the same thing against this front right here. So the most important thing with this run, follow your blocks, but also understand before the play probably where you want to speed boost to so that you can get to the second level of the defense way sooner. Alright, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the top 3 offensive playbooks here in CFB 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down offensive tips and tricks just like this every single day, and you're absolutely not going to miss out on any of the content that I have. But if you want my full Oregon State offensive ebook with all the best money plays, write-up setups, W dominant offense, go to the link down below in the pinned comment, grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off at checkout. I can't wait to have it on offense even more than I did in this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.